Good morning, my amazing art students. Happy Monday. Start of a new week and a new theme this week. I decided that I'm going to focus on animals because a lot of us are at home with our animals and a lot of you want to learn how to draw real things. I'm going to start off kind of simple this starting Monday. We're going to do snails because even though they're gross and slimy, I really do believe that there's so many good things to learn from the spiral, okay? And that's a really good fine motor activity, the spiral. And it's a fun way to add some characters to these snails, and maybe we can make a little story about them even if we want to. But I'm gonna go over that lesson today. Tuesday's gonna be cats. Speaking of cat, my cat just jumped on the table. Wednesday's gonna be dogs. Thursday's gonna be emus, which is kind of like an ostrich, because I have a really cute activity for that that's really simple. And then Friday, it's gonna be Fun Friday, and we're gonna take a toilet paper tube and we're gonna turn it into a really cute owl. So this week is all about the animals. So supplies today that you need, just Crayola markers. You need your finger or a brush full with a little cup of water and a fine tip pen. You can use a ballpoint pen. I have a fine Sharpie or just a regular felt tip pen. You can use a thicker Sharpie for thicker lines if you want to, but that's really all in a piece of paper today. But I'm gonna cut the paper into like a thin strip today. Okay, that's what you need. Get your supplies. Here we go. Okay, hopefully you watched that great story of spirals in nature because it's pretty awesome. Okay, and you are going to take a strip of paper. It's about 2 inches wide and the length. So we're kind of making a little bit of a bookmark if you want to use it as a bookmark or you just want to put it up as a doodle. You can do 1, you can do 2, it's up to you. And we're going to do a series of spirals. So here I have a whole bunch of spirals. So I have one that goes this direction. And again, I'm using my marker and I'm making fat lines and thin lines. This one, I actually put the snail body in and the shell. This one, I have another spiral. I have a small little spiral here. You can start in the middle and then swirl down. So let me show you kind of how that works, okay? So when you're starting your spiral, you can start in the middle or you can start in the outside, but you're just gonna wanna practice making spirals, okay? Maybe you're gonna do that one. Maybe you're gonna start here at the top and it's gonna go down. Maybe it's kind of a cone-shaped shell. Maybe you're gonna start in the opposite direction. And thick and thin. Okay, so they're all gonna look a little bit different. Okay, then, you know my water trick. Okay, you're gonna add water to your spirals. And it's gonna turn that ink. And it might not look like it's doing much when you first start, like it's not working, but give it time and it gets that nice kind of fuzzy look to it. So again, you're painting over all your ink so that you can get that fuzzy texture, that watercolor type texture, because these are water soluble markers. So water soluble means that they dissolve in the water. Okay, we're gonna let that one dry just for a second. I'm gonna set that aside. And I've got this other one where I actually did a couple more different spirals and I did one snail body with a little bit of a frilled edge to it. Because you know, they have those sort of tentacles that move on the bottom of them, and I thought that would be kind of fun. And this one we'll have to draw the shell in ink. But just adding water to each one usually dries pretty fast. Again, this isn't a really long project. And again, you only have to do one project every week. So this would be a fun one for you, or you can wait until Friday until you think you've seen all the projects and decide which one you want to do the best. Okay, so we've got all those painted. Now I'm going to get my ink pen and we're going to start adding some character to these snails. Okay, hang on. Okay, it's kind of had a chance to dry a little bit. It's still a little damp, but that's just because I want to get this out to you guys today. So this one has its own head. Now snails, they have their eyes on top of their tentacles. So we're going to put a ball and a little shaft for it. And then maybe we are gonna give him a little iris up here. He's gonna have some little goofy eyes, okay? And then we can give him a little mouth. Maybe he's afraid. Oh, okay. Remember when we were drawing our faces for our buildings when we were doing James Rizzi, they all can have kind of interesting characteristics. So, and again, you can make the eyes kind of another version of a spiral. I like these two guys. I'm gonna give them a smile. And their eyes are gonna be up here again. Okay. There's that guy. And maybe this one, maybe this one. Let's go. We'll make him have kind of a frilly edge and a head like that. But then maybe he's gonna have big goofy eyeballs. Maybe he's gonna have a big pupil in the center, which is a big circle. Okay. And you can make these all different. They can be a family. You could make your snail family. They could be all different. But really what's important about this lesson is the spiral. Okay, how we do the spiral and how we practice doing the spiral. Maybe this one is a girl. I'm gonna give her eyelashes. And maybe her tentacle's gonna go back here. Maybe she's gonna have lips. She's gonna be a girl one. Maybe she has lips. And let's see, this guy, he kind of ran out of shell, so I'm gonna put his shell this way. Like he's laying down or something. It's kind of an sleepy snail. That one's kind of sleepy. Now you can also decorate their shells. I remember we used to have hermit crabs and we always had them in decorated shells. So maybe his shell on the outside has little flowers. It's still kind of wet, so I don't know how well that's gonna work. I have to wait. But you get the idea. Okay, so you might have some flowers. Maybe one's gonna have polka dots all the way around the spiral. Again, you can decorate this any way you want. This guy almost looks like he's in love with her, so I think I'm gonna make a little heart between them. There, they look like they're in love. He's like, ooh, hey, you're pretty cute. That one's sleeping. And then these are the two little kids. Oh, I forgot this guy. Let's see. He's gonna have some crazy eyes. Let's see. What eyes do I want to put on him? Maybe I'll just do some cute little antenna and give him eyes. Okay. So you can do these any way you want. Decorate the shell. Okay, and then this one is still kind of wet as well, but if we're gonna make a shell for this one, remember we're gonna do a spiral, so we're gonna take our ink pen and do the spiral in ink pen. Okay, for that one. And then maybe we'll make a head here and a body down here for this guy. And their eyes are on top of their head. He doesn't look very happy. He's a frowny green snail. And this one is a giant. You know, there's also snails in the ocean, so this one could be an ocean snail. Give him people on the side. What kind of mouth should I give him? Maybe I'll give him a big open mouth, like he's talking to his friends. This one's kind of facing this way. They're like in the snail march. Marching to who knows where. Hopefully you enjoyed that read aloud about spirals in nature, because there are so many when you start to really notice spirals. He kind of has a little bit of a worried face. And then this little pink guy has like a little bit of a worried face. And now we'll finish with this purple guy. And again, you can decorate their shells, but there's so many, once you start looking at spirals in nature, it really is, and start noticing how kind of perfect nature kind of takes care of itself. And presents himself in a very mathematical kind of a way. All right. Last one's this pink one. She definitely seems like a girl. Made her eyes a little small, but okay. There we go. So we've got the pink one. The green one looks a little sad. This guy's talking, and these two look like they're a little worried. I hope you have so much fun with your snails today. Again, this is a really easy project, a really kind of a fun doodle. If you wanted to use this as a bookmark, it'd be really cute. You could also water wash the whole thing. When you make ink lines, if you make fat lines around it and paint it with water, it'll look like watercolor. You can also take a black line and go around the outside of your shells. I kind of did that in my sketchbook. The ones in my sketchbook here are kind of silly and fun. Okay, so you can kind of go around the shell with black. I hope you have so much fun with this today. See you tomorrow for cats.